Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song with a black crow. It's called She Talks to Angels. And we're going to start on an E major chord kind of for our opening lick, and I know they play this in open E. We're talking about how you can play it in standard to match the recording. So we're going to start on an E major chord, and when we play E major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And on the intro part, actually, we're kind of doing the E major and kind of doing a down and then a down, down on that chord. It's almost like a 16th thing. Down, 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 down. And then from the E major, we're going to be going to kind of an F sharp minor slash E with cool drones. And the way we're going to play that F sharp minor slash E with cool drones is you take the first finger and go to the G string on the second fret. Third finger is going to go to the A string on the fourth fret, and the pinky on the D string on the fourth fret. And if you strum all those together with the opens together, that would be an F sharp minor slash E with cool drone stuff. And so we're going to kind of do a hit on the F sharp minor, go back to E, go back to F sharp minor, and then back to E major. And you may want to play around with the E major being 1, 3, and 4 randomly if that stretch makes it easier to just slide those fingers actually for that lick. So we got E with a down, 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 F sharp, E, F sharp, E. It's kind of our intro lick that we go back to. E, down, down, F sharp, E, F sharp, E. And then there are a lot of cool little licks actually that kind of get mixed up through this. And the first one actually to kind of start off with is we go to 4th fret on the B string and kind of do a slide to 5th fret, and then we go play 5th again, and then we go to 4th fret on the B string and do a slide to the 2nd fret on the B string, and then open B, and then open E, and then we go to 1st fret on the G and do a hammer on from 1st fret to 2nd fret on the G string. So kind of playing 1st finger and going to 2nd fret as a hammer on, and then open E, and then we go back to that 2 on the G string, and then we play the 2 again and do it as a pull off to the 1st fret on the G string, and then back to 2nd fret on the D. So you got 4, 5, 5, 4, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 2, E major. But then from there, actually, there's some other licks that kind of get thrown in, actually. And this is a little weird, actually. There's some harmonics, actually, that kind of happen. In open E, actually, we can hit some different harmonics, but you may want to fake this. And what a harmonic is where you kind of put the first finger over the lightly touching. Like the 12th fret on the high E string would be a good place to experiment with this. And if you lightly touch the string, not really pressing into it, you can get a kind of a chime sound. And a couple of things you can do is kind of get the pick to kind of flip more outward to make that a little bit easier. Sometimes that brings out the harmonics better if you're closer to the bridge and get the kind of a brighter sound. So you might want to kind of do like a harmonic on the B string and the harmonic on the E. So this is a little weird. The notes that are actually kind of going on would be 5th fret on the B string and then 4th fret on the B string. So it's kind of an E to a D sharp note in the harmonics. But we're kind of cheating out and playing B, E, and then from there actually then we kind of start up our lick again where we got kind of that E, down, down, F sharp, E, F sharp, E, and you may want to kind of play around with all kinds of different licks like for that part. And here's one that we really have to fake. We go 4th fret on the D string and kind of do that as a slide to 6th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, 6th fret on the G, 6 on the D, open E, 4th fret on the G, 6 on the D, 4th fret on the G, and then we go back to 4th fret on the D string and do a slide to 2, back to 4 on the D, and then 2nd fret on the D, and then we kind of got to open E, and then we go back to kind of E major, so you got that. The idea there is kind of like you've got chords and then lick, chords and then lick. And then one of my favorite licks actually, this is a cool one, is you go to 12th fret on the high E string, and then we do a pull off to the open E. So we're on 12, pull off, and then we go to 11, and then we go to 9, and then 7, 5, 4, and then we go to the B string, or the high E string on the 2nd fret, and then do a hammer on. What I like to do actually is kind of a hammer on pull off from 2 to 4 and then kind of do that as an opening. So you got kind of 2, hammer on 3 with enough pressure to get the sound to carry, pull off to the 2nd fret on the high E, and then pull off to open. So 2, 4, 2, 0. So you got so all those could be cool licks to kind of throw in. And then we're basically going to be repeating that idea from the E major for our verses. So we're kind of doing that E with the down, 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 up, F sharp, E, F sharp, E, E, down, 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 F sharp, E, F sharp, E. So basically we're going to be repeating that until we get to our chorus part. And in our chorus we go to a B major chord. And actually there's a couple different ways we could play this. One would be to play a B7 in reposition. The way you play B7, first finger goes to the D on the first fret, second finger on the A string on the second fret, third finger on the G string on the second fret, the pinky on the high string on the second fret. And if you strum just the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B7 chord. And then from the B7 chord we're going to be going to an A major chord. But there's a couple other voicings actually you may want to play around with the B chord in this particular song. And actually there's some things I call drone voicings actually. And from the B7 we're going to an A major. When we play A major, first finger goes to the D string on the second fret, second finger on the G string on the second fret, third finger on the B string on the second fret. If you strum all those, that sounds like A major chord. So we could kind of work that kind of our chorus with that kind of E, A major. But for myself, actually, what can sound really, really cool with the tune actually is some things I call drone voicings. Where for the B chord, you take your first finger, go to 7th fret on the low E, second finger on the G string on the 8th fret, third finger on the A string on the 9th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 9th fret. And if you kind of strum those with the open B and E, that's something I call a drone voicing. I think this matches the recording really well. And then for the A major, you can just take that shape and then kind of slide it down to 5th, 6th, and 7th fret, and kind of the A major 9. So on the B, we could kind of even work that down, 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 down. Idea we were doing for our verse. So we can take that E idea and do it twice on the B. Down, 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 B, down, 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 B, down, 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 B, down, 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 E. Now for myself though, I really like kind of a longer 16th pattern for this. And what I mean by 16th strum pattern is right now if you're tapping your foot to the beat, we're kind of dividing that in, well normally you'd be dividing that in 2 parts, that's called an eighth. But right now, what we're doing with our down, 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 we're using for our intro is kind of dividing that into 4 parts, actually, kind of using that as a subdivision. And that's called 16th notes, when you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the down, down, down up actually that we're doing actually on our intro is kind of playing a down on 1, down on 3, and an up on 4. And our long down is kind of doing a down for 4. So we kind of got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on our first beat for that intro lick. And then on the second beat, we're doing kind of that 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And one of my favorite 16-note strum patterns is only a couple beats away. It's a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And so on the third beat, you can do kind of an up, down on 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you can do down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So we tried that kind of through our chorus part. We'd have B with B, down, 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 B, down, 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 E. Or you can even kind of throw that lick back in, right? Or you can do that whole strum pattern. Down, 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 B, down, 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 Now for myself, sometimes what I like to do too is I'll kind of throw in bass notes. And a lot of times, like on the E major, with that pattern, if you threw in the low E string for your bass note, it almost kind of simulates playing with a bass player. So you got E low E bass, down, down, up, down, 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 E low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And on the B, if you're doing the drone B, and the drone A, you have the low E string for your bass, just like that. So you can still be shooting for your thickest string for the basses. If you're doing the B7 in reposition, then that would be an A string for your bass. And if you're doing the regular regular A major, you'd have the open A for your bass. So we kind of try to chorus with bass notes. We'd have kind of that B with a bass, down, 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 A with an A bass, down, 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 E with a low E bass, down, 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 E with a low E bass, down, 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 E with an A bass, down, 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 E with an A bass, down, 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 E with a low E bass, down, 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 E with a low E bass, down, 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 down. And then we basically be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge, actually, we kind of alternate between the A major and an E major, E major, or A major, E, A, E, and then A, and we kind of be going back into our intro part. And so we tried that with our basses. We'd have A with an A bass, down, down, up, down, 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 E. Kind of our intro lick, where we got the E, down, down, F sharp, E, F sharp, E. And you may want to kind of throw those licks in, kind of figuring out how you're going to cover it. Play around with that, and then from there we'd be repeating that for our verse until we get to our next chorus. And then we'd basically be repeating that until we get to our next chorus. Now, one other weird thing that kind of happens between that B and A in the chorus is sometimes the A sounds like it's coming a little early. So on the A major, if you wanted to kind of play around with this, you could do the kind of the B with the down, 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 up, down, down, up, and then hit the A with your down. And then kind of pick it back up to kind of hit the A a little bit early. So I know that may be a little weird, but you got to be with a down, 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 up, down, down, up, A, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, E, or E with A, down, 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 E, down, down, up, down, down, up, A, down, down, up, down, down, E, down, down, F sharp, E, kind of play around with that too. And then on our outro, actually, we're just kind of vamping on just that B and A. Actually, the very end. B, A, and then we hit our intro lick. But that's the basics of how you could strum through She Talks to Angels, and what you may want to do is kind of take little pieces actually and kind of put it together and figure out how you're going to play it for yourself. But good luck!